Paul the DJ back here again with you from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm about to school y'all on the Vestax Typhoon right here behind me and Serato Intro, the newest Serato Rain program. I ended up just going back to 1200s from CDJs and needed a backup just in case the 1200s something happened to them or whatever, so ended up copping me a Typhoon from Guitar Center for $315 with the extended 2-year warranty. You can use Serato DJ Intro or you can use Virtual DJ with the Typhoon Cha. So any of you guys that video DJ as I do, you can use Virtual and still video DJ with the Typhoon. Basically what Intro is a very watered down version of Serato. On the top you got Serato, in the middle you got Itch, and on the bottom now you got Serato Intro. Intro is basically for all the tiny little small controllers. I had to say the Typhoon by Vestax is probably one of the better controllers you can use for Intro here. We'll go over the features basically and then we'll plug her up USB and show you how she works. As you can see, play button for each side. This is your first cue point. Cup will play from your first cue point. Cue will just take you to your first cue point. Cup will boom, 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 keep playing from the first cue point. Crossfader, which I'll show you inside the program, you can set so the crossfader is slow or fast. And you have your volume for each side. Cue for your headphones for each side. You just push this and it turns it on and off. When it's blue, it's on. When it's not, it's off. You have a filter, same thing, when it's blue it's on, when it's not it's off. This is your deck for your left side, same thing on the right side. My cat wants to say hi, so there's Pearl hanging out, trying to get her scratch on. Shift, so you can actually do shift from here and not hold it down on your keyboard. I actually always turn shift off so I can do cue points without having to hold shift. This is to scroll up and down through your crates or through the library in your crate. To shift from song list to your crate, you go boom, and it goes to the crate, and then you can scroll down, and then you can shift back once you get to that crate and scroll through that crate. You can load to the left deck here, you can load to the right deck here, so basically all your scrolling and loading can be done right on this little boy right here. This is an effect on and off for the left side, effect on and off for the right side. This is your wet and dry for the left for that effect. This is your wet and dry for the right for that effect. This is your EQ for each side. You have your lows, your mids, your highs, and you have an extra gain also. You have a loop feature, 8, 4, 2, and 1 bar loop in this program. We'll check that out too. You have a pitch or tempo right here for the left side, and same on that side. You can also use sync with DJ Intro, which I recommend never using sync. Use your ear. And then this is the plus and minus for the sync. The only reason I say that is sometimes sync doesn't always work, and you're much better DJ if you use your ear. That's pretty much the top of the Typhoon. On the front here, you have a microphone input and the volume for your microphone. On the right side here, you have a headphone input and the volume knob for your headphones. On the back side, you have only one master output, left and right. This is your touch sensitive level, which I'll kind of show you how that works a little bit once we hook everything up. But it basically, you can make them tighter or looser so you can scratch or just match beats. Over here we have a DC output, a USB, and this is the little switch for both of them. It's actually powered by USB, so you don't need a DC if you're plugged into your computer. Just switch it over to USB and it powers this bad boy up. So let's go ahead and do that and we'll check it out. She's all hooked up. You got the USB back here. RCA's out. Over to that JBL right there. So that's all the audio we'll be getting since it's kind of far away. So sorry for the crappy audio. She's blanking, ready to go. When you touch it, it turns red underneath. awesome. And the filter, as you see, turns blue. This is your cues for your headphones, so we're listening to that side now, listening to both, listening to just one. You can set it to be cue or master inside the program. Play, like I said, we're going to use some Baltimore clubs, so I don't get anything about copyrights or anything. So as you see, that was play. You hear that stop. I have mine set to the tightest. I'll show you how those little knobs on the back work right now. Back here, you got those little tiny knobs. Boom. That's all the way to the one side, which is stopping it, even with it played. And if you turn it all the way back to the other side, you can see that's just for, you know, keeping beats on. You can hear it's just kind of slowing it down or speeding it up. Where I keep mine is I cut it all the way to the left side, turn it back just until it turns on. And there it is. And a tiny bit more. And then it's kind of what you're more used to if you're on turntables or CDJs. That's about the tightest you can get it. And you can still slow it down and speed it up by using the sides of the platters, same way you're used to. But then you have, you know, kind of the same control as what you would have on a CDJ or a 1200. Damn it, I'm getting a phone call. This is also your master output. I don't know if I went over that. Your pitch, faster, slower. This is your effect on. This is your wet and dry for that side. I have a, I think it's a high pass filter on it right now. Loop set. Right now that's on 4. You do -2. That's 1. You can go back up to 2. Back to 4. And to 8. 8 is the longest you can make. Back down to 4. Back down to 2. You can just leave these on and just have it dry, and then you have this little filter here for each side. So right now, you know, you can do this. Once the filter's on, you can and again, if you want to come back to that first cue point, and then cue will just take it to the beginning, so you can hit play. I think that's about it for everything on the controller surface itself, except for that annoying sync button right there that you don't need to be using anyway. Let's go ahead and check out the program. I'm going to do a screen record so you can really see what the hell is going on. Serato DJ intro. So like I said, in that little center little T, you can scroll through your crate. To switch crates, you hit the song list button way up at the top on the controller. Switches, you can go scroll through everything. I'm going to stay on Baltimore Club because I'm from Balmer. You can load songs, boom, right here on the left, and you can come down here and load this song on the right. You can also grab and drag it and drop it. From what I can tell, DJ Intro puts this little hot cue on the front of basically every track. I've had a couple that I've loaded that it didn't put the hot cue, and it will read all of your cue points that you've already had set in Serato. So you see right here, boom, boom, boom. This is all my same crates from Serato as well, and you can read your iTunes library, same as on Serato. Here at the bottom, you can hit the plus, make a crate, rename it. There's a lot of stuff that's basically the same as Serato. You have effects. You can internally control them, and you can switch to, you know, the couple different effects. We have high pass filter, low pass filter, flanger, phaser, echo, and reverb. You also have samples. You cannot trigger these from inside the controller. You can only trigger them by.
Yo, check this out. Sit down. The lesson begins now. It's all the DJ.
You can control where they start from, so you could start it from cue point 2 or cue point 1, but you don't have as much control over these as you do in Serato. This is your output, how loud you want her to be, and you can mute it. You can also change the view to sideways and up and down, or I guess up and down and sideways. Up here you have your little question mark, just like Serato has, so you click on there and you can see all the different keyboard shortcuts for everything. And then if you go around with the question mark on, it'll tell you exactly what everything is in the program. Even if you click setup with the question mark on, you can scroll around and learn the entire program because of this little question mark. Same in setup, you don't really have much stereo or mono output, instant doubles, playback keys using shift, which if you have this clicked, if you're doing cue points or anything, you have to hold shift down. I prefer to have it not, so I can just hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 to do my cue points. Your cue gain, which is your headphone volume, you can turn it up a little bit more in here, even though you have control over it there too. Your microphone gain, same thing, you can bump it up a couple dBs, even though you do have microphone volume control there. This is your crossfader curve. All the way here would be a normal crossfade. All the way to that side would be for you scratching folks like myself. And then you can do your cue mix. All the way here is your just what you're cueing. The closer you get to master, then you're hearing what the master is. You can have key lock on or off. So you turn it off and you're gonna hear. You can do a prepared list if you're just playing, you know, at a barbecue or something. You just want to throw some stuff on and let it play. You know, you can just throw it all right here and you're prepared, and hit continuous, and they'll just continue to play on this one side. That's the high pass, as you can see. Here it goes right now. Low pass. Do the phaser. And again, this is all just being controlled from that one on the controller, and that's the on and off from the controller. That's how the cue works, actually. So that's the cup. Cue will just take you back to your first cue point, and then you play from there. Or if you're trying to match the beat, you can. If you want to go to cue points, you're going to have to use shortcuts on the keyboard, which again you can see what all those are by hitting this question mark. And you can set other cue points as well. Yeah, come back to them. Here's also the loop count, so you can actually set it before you do a loop to 8, 4, 2, or 1. So go ahead and play and loop. You see it's on 1 right now. If you do plus all the way up to 8, that takes it off. Like I said, if you want to just do 1, you can set it beforehand, and then I like it very much for what it is, and I'm definitely going to be using this a lot for doing mobile stuff, so I don't have to bring my whole setup out. Weddings, you're going to end up seeing Serato DJ Intro and the Vestax Typhoon being used from now on.